Hey Juma, I'm starting over again. I'm recording right now, so like we were talking before, how are you doing with your goals? How is your progress? Let me know some of it. As we said before, your first goal was to reduce the intake of butter. Your second goal was to decrease the intake of nuts and nut butters, and the third was to control your stress eating, right? Hmm. Okay, yeah, I guess it's a hard time for everyone due to the coronavirus and the quarantine. I guess it's a stressful time for everyone. Um, so you're telling me you're doing well with the reducing the intake of butter, nut butters, and nuts. You were able to do that easily. Um, and I guess like controlling stress eating, of course, that's a very hard thing to do right now. I can tell, like, my own experience, I've been having a hard time with that. My parents, I live with my parents, I live with my girlfriend, and they are also struggle with that. I know my friends also struggle with that. So I guess that's something that's gonna be common right now. And I I don't think there's a lot to do about it. I guess we could try to, go back to, like, remember the Instagram pages of healthy recipes that I told you about. Trying to, how can I say, trying to make home meals like cakes or mug cakes or stuff like that. That is good, tasty, but also it's not as bad as, for example, eating ice cream or eating, you know, junk food from the grocery store. Maybe you can make a mug cake using whole wheat, brown sugar, and stuff like that. Hmm. Yes, yes. Yeah, and did you find that useful? Did you find the Instagram pages and the handout that I gave you useful? Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad. Yes. Yeah. So, how do you evaluate this whole thing right now? Like, did you find what do you think are your biggest barriers to change uh, since our last session? Mhm. Yes. Yeah, and like we said, uh, that's a common theme right now. Uh, the stress due to being home all day and having to deal with you know cooking all your meals at home, even though you're kind of used to that. Now you're literally cooking all your meals at home, and of course it's just, of course, being home is enjoyable, but being quarantined is kind of like you're forced to be home 24/7 basically, and it's not it's not that easy. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So like, how how do you think you can overcome the situation? Do you think is there any way you can avoid stress eating somehow, even though you're home? Mhm. Yes. Oh, that's good. So, hmm, yeah. So, yeah, yeah, uh, yeah, and that's totally understandable. Like I said, I think I'm glad you used the recipes. I'm glad that's working for you right now. And I do that myself. Like when I want to eat something sweet, some dessert, I try as much as possible not to buy from the grocery store, like not to buy Oreos or not to buy Ben and Jerry's ice cream or stuff like that that I like. I try to make like I think mug cakes are excellent because it's easy to make. It's done in like 5 minutes or less, um, and it's tasty. It makes me not feel that I need to eat sweets anymore, or it makes me like my comfort food. It makes me comfortable. It makes me like I don't need anything else. Yeah, and I'm glad that this works for you too. Yeah. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So I guess that's all. I need to make a quick summary of all we talked about, if you don't mind. So basically, we we did a little reminder of your goals, which was to consume to reduce the intake of butter, to reduce the intake of nut butters and nuts, and the third was to control stress eating. And you've been doing really well with the first two ones. I think you've been doing by what you said, you've been doing pretty well with controlled stress eating because it's something like everyone's stress right now is something that um, it happens to everybody, and you've been finding ways to not let this be a big problem and not to eat like um, very industrialized, very processed foods. And I'm glad you enjoyed the handout and the Instagram pages I gave you. Yeah, yeah, sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and like you said, your barriers are mainly the stress due to the coronavirus, and that's a problem for everyone. And yeah, I guess that's it. I want you to know that I'm always available if you want to uh, keep having these meetings, keep having this counseling. I'm very happy with the progress we made in this what 4 5 meetings. Yeah, yeah, sure. Yeah, yeah. We can keep in touch and just shoot me a text or something. Mm-hmm. All right. All right, yeah, that's it. All right, Jamar. I'll see ya. Bye bye.